set for the 64 kilograms. We see the semifinal combatants who have been here all week and last week. It's been over a week of boxing, and they've all worked hard to get where they are right now. And we could see coming up first, Kobiljon, BOBOJONOV, and Park Sang-hyuk. So, BOBOJONOV from Uzbekistan and Park from Korea. You can see now as Kobiljon BOBOJONOV has already made his way to the ring as he gets his headgear properly affixed by his coach, Sang-hyuk Park, by his coach, Sung-Pae Lee. He's 21 years old from Changju, Korea. 174 centimeters, 64 kilograms. He's got an amateur record of 30-20. And you can see Sooks, Lane, Nassar, Jintig, and Dharmadasa are the judges for this bout. Sang-hyuk Park started boxing at 14 years old because he liked fighting. Favorite thing about boxing is winning. Well, can he win this bout and move on to the finals? We're going to find out soon enough as referee Michael Gallagher from Ireland introduces the boxers in the center of the ring. We are here in Incheon, Korea, so we've got a hometown favorite in Park Sang-hyuk out of the blue corner as boxing begins. Park in the blue corner, BOBOJONOV in the red. We're calling Bobo for short. Bobo, the taller boxer by about a centimeter or two, it seems, may have the longer reach, but Park looks like he's the more cagey boxer. He throws a nice overhand right with his head down. You don't like to see a boxer throw a punch like that with his head down. You want him to keep his eyes on his opponent at all times. However, he may have done enough, and Bobo comes back with a straight right hand, and Park now presses the action. Bobo keeping his distance, a quick right hand to the body by Bobo. And Park, again, you see how he puts his head down and he lunges forward. If he's not careful, he's going to get caught with some counter punches there. Once Bobo realizes that that's his style, he's going to be able to hopefully evade some of those punches. If he continues to turn Park like that, Park's going to have a real tough time landing those punches because he's going to be off balance. By the time he throws his punches, he looks up and sees that his opponent is not there anymore. And there it is again, with Bobo looking to stay in the pocket, waiting for his opportunity. This is the 2011 Asian Confederation Championships in the men's light welterweight division, 64 kilograms. And now you see a nice left hand by Park, and the referee is going to issue a caution for punching with the palm of the glove. That is not a legal punch, and it will not count in the judges' scorecards. You need to land the punch with the knuckle part of the glove in order for it to be a clean and proper punch. And referee Michael Gallagher is going to issue a caution. And here comes Bobo. There's that right hand. Now Bobo with a right to the body. And again, the referee is going to caution Bobo for punching below the waist. Got to be careful to keep the punch above the waistband of his opponent. A little left, right, a feeler, if you will, by Bobo. Not really putting too much behind those punches. And there's a chopping left hand by the Korean boxer, Park. And now a couple of right hands as he lunges forward. The Uzbeki boxer starting to lay the leather. And Korean is standing his ground. Park, he's a cagey fighter, boy. I tell you, he does not want to back down. Does he have enough skill and enough moxie to do what he needs to and come away with a victory? We are going to find out in the waning seconds of round number one. Quick right hand by the Uzbeki boxer and back with a counterpunch by the Korean. The Korean sticking his face out there. I'm not sure if that's a way to taunt his opponent or just his style, but he doesn't want to do that with his hands down. That's the end of round one, folks. We're going to get a score in just a moment as the judges tally those scorecards. And it's 5-5 after the first round, so not exactly quite sure where Park got those punches in, but apparently he did. There's 5 qualified AIBA judges sitting around the ring, and they see these punches land and they know what they're doing. So if they've seen it 5-5, then that's what they've seen. There's that style of Park's to put his head down as he throws that overhand right, and even when he goes to the body, his head is down. Something he's going to have to work on if he wants to get to the upper echelon of this amateur sport of boxing, because it's just not really fundamentally sound, both for offense and for defense. You really need to keep your, I mean, they say keep your head down, and while it's true you keep your head down, you don't keep your eyes averted. The head down, the chin tucked in is smart boxing. That's a way to avoid your head being out there to get caught by a wild punch or even a precise punch. But to not be looking at where your opponent is and where your punches are landing is a completely separate story. And now Park continues to move forward. And Bobo looking for an opportunity. Right hand falls short. He feints with the right and the left, and back comes Park, right to the body. So Park perhaps got some confidence after seeing the score all tied up after one. He also has the home crowd advantage here as you hear his fan base up in the stands. Lots of Koreans here tonight rooting on their team. They've got a number of boxers here in the semifinals. And as the Korean acknowledges referee Michael Gallagher's caution to keep his head up, he's now on the retreat as Bobo looks for an opportunity to pull away. Right hand by Bobo and pushes the Korean boxer back into the turnbuckle, and now referee Michael Gallagher going to send Bobo to the neutral corner as he adjusts the waistband of Park. Left-right combination by Bobo. Right hand by Bobo, a chopping right hand, another one. Lefts and rights, wild punching by Bobo as Park sticks his face out in an attempt to taunt his opponent. Park would be well served to keep his hands up. He's got him down like he's tired. He's staying away from his opponent as opposed to engaging. He may be a little bit out of shape. You know, Park acknowledges that while his right hook is his favorite punch, his body tends to get a little stiff. He was inspired to start boxing by his high school coach. He wants to be a champion at these Asian Games. Well, he's pretty close now. He's a semifinalist. He has to get through Bobo if he wants to exceed and achieve his lofty goals. Right hand by Bobo scores. And now as he's got Park up in the corner, Park throws a chopping right hand, and referee Michael Gallagher going to send Park, or rather he's going to send Bobo off to the side, only to have the boxing resume here in the center of the ring. 45 seconds. Rights and lefts both fall short by Bobo. And there's a nice left hand counterpunch by Park. Sneaks it inside the guard of Bobo and scores with it. And there he goes, toe-to-toe now. Park is willing to chop and trade with his bigger opponent. Not lacking for courage is this young Sang Hyuk Park. And down goes Bobo again, this time from the slip. Referee going to issue a caution to Park to not throw his opponent. Wild right hand by Park misses. Right hand to the body by Bobo. Bobo looks like that gum shield is causing a little discomfort. Seems to be wrestling with it in his mouth as round two comes to a close. So we're going to get the official score here in just a moment. Remember, it was 5-5, all tied up. And look at that, 6-6 after 2 rounds. It is now 11-11. This is anyone's bout here. Somehow, some way, this bout is all tied after 2 rounds. So this will all come down to the 3rd and final round. We're going to look at some action from round number 2. You see that chopping right hand by the Korean boxer, and there it is again. He throws it, and with his head down, he lands it. I guess percentages say that if you throw enough with your head down, even some of them will land, and that's what's happened here for Park, as he somehow has kept the score tied after 2 rounds. There it is again, a nice left hand by Park, and there's another angle of that same punch. And you see head coach Sung Pai Lee putting in the gum shield, and now you're going to really hear it from the Korean crowd. Both of these boxers are going to need to slug away. They're going to need to rack up the points. Who's going to have enough to go on to the finals tomorrow against the winner of the next bout between India and Mongolia in the men's light welterweight division? 11-11 going into this. I am Castle Chalice, your commentator here in Incheon, Korea for the 2011 Asian Confederation Championships. This is the semifinals, the first of 2 bouts in the men's light welterweight, 64 kilograms, Korea and Uzbekistan. Park versus Bobo. Referee Michael Gallagher from Ireland controlling the action as the 3rd man in the ring. And again, he's going to caution Bobo to keep his head up. Right hand falls short by Bobo, and the referee going to again caution Bobo to keep his punches up. Chopping right, and a nice maneuver by Park to throw a right hand and get out of the way. He's dancing now, his hands are down. He's trying to stay away, but Bobo is on him like brown on rice. He is like a wet blanket on Park, cutting off the ring very well as he keeps the Korean in the corner. And almost at the halfway point. Again, it was 5-5 going into round 2. It was 11-11 going into this 3rd and final. Exciting stuff here in Incheon, South Korea. Right hand by Park falls short, and now you probably get the sense of urgency, as you could see. The Uzbeki boxer continuing to march forward, walking his man down, looking to engage, to trade toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano. Chopping right hand by the Uzbeki boxer, left to the body, and an overhand right, a chopping right that may have scored to the head, and down goes Bobo once again. Wild right hand. Action quiets a little here in the waning moments of the 3rd and final round. Referee Michael Gallagher going to issue both boxers cautions. Right hand to the body. Left hand by Park. You hear the Korean crowd urging their man on. Again, referee Michael Gallagher issuing a caution. How many of these will he issue? To the Uzbeki, and now both boxers are really letting it hang out as the Uzbeki's got the Korean up against the ropes. He's throwing left hands to the body, right hands to the head. Both boxers seeming to tire here. It's understandable. This has been a hard-fought battle through 3 rounds. And now, why the Uzbeki has his right hand behind his back, I have no idea, but the Korean boxer taking advantage, throwing his hands. And now, again, the referee is going to issue a caution to Bobo for his hands both hitting the canvas. And there are only a few seconds left, folks, as down goes the Uzbeki once again. And this is starting to get a little sloppy as the boxers are tiring here. There's 5 seconds left. It was 11-11, and there's a lunging right hand. And you know what? Down again goes the Uzbeki boxer, once again on a slip. The referee going to let boxing resume, but that is it, folks. The 3rd and final round. And this is all in the judges' hands right now. Who is going to get the victory? Who did enough in the 3rd round? The Korean boxer, Sang-hyuk Park, thinks he did. He hopes he did. He says his favorite thing about boxing is winning. Is he going to enjoy the fruits of his labor? We are going to find out in just a moment. And you look at the face of Bobo, the exasperation, he's tired. You heard from the crowd. They appreciate the game, boxers. And the winner, Korea 18-16. Sang-Hyuk Park gets the victory here, and you hear the appreciation from his hometown fans. Referee Michael Gallagher congratulates both boxers for getting through this hard-fought battle, but 18-16, and Sang-Hyuk Park is going to get the victory here. He will go on tomorrow in the finals of the men's light welterweight 64 kg.